One day a month that can change everything. But to get there, there's a hard and sweaty road without any pay. We all depend on the gold we mine. I have 6 children to feed. But it's not only the risk that's high, so is the potential prize they can win. A carefree life. When I started in the mine, I never thought I'd own a whole farm later. 2 separate realities that depend on each other. We visited Peru, specifically the mining town La Rinconada. What exactly is behind this chance-based arrangement? To reach the highest city in the world, our team has to surpass the 5,300-meter mark, which is about as high as the base camp of Mount Everest. Up here, there is low air pressure. Our team literally runs out of air. For safety reasons, we have to acclimatize ourselves halfway up for 2 days, so our bodies gradually get used to the new circumstances. But really slowly.
It's getting harder and harder to breathe, regardless of the fact I haven't really made any effort and I'm simply sitting in a car.
The higher we go, the more surreal the landscape becomes. The temperature drops to -5 degrees. And there it is, Rinconada, a place of hope. The workers who come here hope to find happiness within a month. Today is the so-called payday, which means they've worked for 30 days without pay. But they can keep what they find in the gold mine today. Their only hope of a better future. Then the road ends. We can only walk from this point on. The air pressure is now so low that doctors actually recommend oxygen be supplied artificially.
The more you walk, the more exhausting it becomes.
Every step is a challenge for us. The miners, on the other hand, are used to the thin air. Some have been waiting for the big break for decades, like 46-year-old Fortonato. He's been working in the gold mine for 22 years. His name means the lucky one. But in the gold mine, it still hasn't paid off for him just yet. Here, he lives with a colleague. His wife and 2 children live kilometers away from him in the rainforest. My family is very supportive of my work here. We need the gold. Payday is my only chance to save some money and perhaps start a better life. Our dream is to move to a city someday. Maybe today is the day. His life insurance, his equipment. He's made do for years with what little he's earned with the mining firm. Let's test the light really quick. It works. All right, let's go to the mine. In this 8-hour shift, he has the chance to change his life. All the gold he finds today belongs to him and his family. A friend of mine, Raivu, once found a whole kilo of gold. He bought several cars and a house with it. He now lives a very good life. And that's exactly what my dream is. It doesn't happen here often, but I know that it's theoretically possible. For all miners today, it's payday. It's all about a month's salary, and everyone has only this one chance. There's a lot to be earned in the historical business that is gold. In total, 150 tons of gold were mined in Peru last year. This makes Peru the largest gold exporter in South America. Almost 2/3 of the export earnings come from this region. Between 8,000 and 12,000 miners work in the mines. A total of about 450 mining contractors offer jobs. Huge business, at least for the employers. The miners work in shifts, covering 3 8-hour shifts per day. Per cave, Fortonato searches with 30 to 50 workers for the big break. His only help in the dark caves, the weak light on his miner's helmet. Hey guys, how are you? At the beginning of each shift, their most important ritual is to chew coca leaves. It helps combat the symptoms of altitude sickness. We have to chew these leaves to better withstand the hard work. They give us strength and protect us. Stimulating coca leaves. In Germany, they would fall under the Narcotics Act. Here, they are part of everyday life. A dangerous everyday life. In the mine, the icy walls melt and turn into mudslides. The safety precautions are of the lowest standard.
Stay more to the side. Don't touch the wires, they are electrical.
The work process is simple. The motto? On the stones, get set, go. Where and in which stone the gold is hidden, no one knows. The only way to find out is to search every single boulder with their bare hands for shiny marks. And incidentally, there are no theft controls on paydays. Theoretically, everything is based on trust. There is less and less gold in this mine, and soon there may not be any left anymore, so we have to work a little harder. We would need new caves. There's not much to find here. We usually only find very little. But we all depend on the gold. I have 6 children to feed, 3 girls and 3 boys. The workers operate in shifts. Fortunato and his colleagues hope to achieve what few have achieved before them. We visit one of the lucky ones. Hon has been living with his family near Lake Titicaca for the past 2 years. Half a kilogram of gold has completely changed his life. That's about 10,000 euros. It took him 6 years. In the meantime, he's amassed a whole farm with its own livestock, a car, and enough space for his parents, wife, and child. He is his own boss, keeps everything he produces, and lives in a safe area. For Hon, this is hitting the jackpot.
In
the beginning, I was just one of many. I never thought that I would own a whole farm. It used to be nothing but work and more work for me. Now life is much easier. When I found the gold, I thought, well, what to do with it? And in the end, I could afford this property. Since Hon left the gold mining town Rinconada, the 26-year-old seldom visits. Although he's dreamed of the wealth he now possesses for so many years, he looks back on his time in the mine with mixed feelings. Compared to the mine, it's a paradise here. But it was also sad to move here. I eventually had to say goodbye to colleagues and friends. We went through a lot together. But my current life is much better. Hon makes a living from dairy cattle. The 5 cows and 4 sheep are his pride and joy. This way, he can offer his 2-year-old daughter a good future. In his eyes, it's not just a question of luck. Above all else, I would advise those who still work up there to save what they find. You can save up a small fortune little by little and start a new life. If you're clever about it, the mine can change everything, just like it did for me. 6 years ploughing away, most of the time without a guaranteed salary. For Hon, The risky venture was worth it. Fortunato hopes for something similar for himself. 4 hours later and still no success. If he doesn't find anything in the next 4 hours, his chance of a salary is over. I think I have something. That's gold. Whether or not it actually is gold, he can only find out later. I'd rather pack it up now. It's my whole monthly salary. It better not be lost or left for anyone else to see. Fortunato wants to find out how much gold he holds in his hands as soon as possible. But he has to work on it elaborately first. Here in the gold preparation center, he borrows the necessary tools. Did he get his big break? How much is his lump of gold worth? Will this gold nugget change Fortunato's life? How much gold is in his discovery, he still doesn't know. To do so, the miner has to work on it strenuously at the gold processing center. The stone in which the gold is found has to be put in a mix of water and a cup of mercury. This is how Fortunato separates the gold from the stone. Then he grinds everything with the big brick until it's liquid. Everyone here keeps to themselves. We don't care about the others. I don't want to distract myself. He still has no idea about the value of what he's found, whether or not in the stone vat under him there's a golden ticket. Because between him and his dream, there's still plenty of hard work and the dangers of harming his health with mercury. I know that mercury's not good for your health. You should actually wear gloves. In modern gold processing plants, there are safer processes. But with the simple means up here, gloves aren't standard equipment, unfortunately. Fortunato takes the mixture of water, mercury and gold to a sink. Since mercury and gold combine with each other and are heavier than water, he can wash away everything else. After wringing it all out, there's a mixture of pure gold and mercury. So much work for such a small nugget. How much gold is in it for Fortunato, he'll find out in the next few minutes at the local gold dealers. He pays 10 cents for the mercury that he used. While he is on his most important task of the month, he only thinks of his family. We bump into the first of his colleagues after work. Apart from working in the gold mines, there are no other jobs here. The few dollars that they earn are wasted by many. Fortunato definitely doesn't want that. Gold trader Betty hopes for a good exchange rate. She has the difficult task of delivering to the workers the most important news of the day. Was it all worth it?
Some miners find a good amount, but I've rarely experienced this during my work here. You need good luck for that.
How fortunate Fortunato was today, he'll find out as soon as Betty heats the mixture to 360 degrees Celsius. The mercury evaporates and pure gold. For Fortunato, it's exactly 0.8 grams today, about 20 euros after being converted. His wage for a whole month. That wasn't much today, but I won't give up hope. Next time, it'll definitely be more. I can make up for this. Well, goodbye. Fortunato is a bit disappointed. However, he can support his family for another month with 20 euros. It's an unspectacular take, but enough to try again next month. His dream remains of one day finding a giant gold nugget that changes everything.